What's going on? What's going on? Special stream, man. Special stream. Ain't did like an afternoon, evening stream in quite some time. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Y'all know we working, man. We up in here, man. I know it took me a little time to get ready. I had to connect these other headphones. I wanted to use my over-ear Skull Candy Crusher headphones, which absolutely the best headphones ever bought. All right. Skull Candy, you want to give me an endorsement? Give it to your boy, man, because these Skull Candy Crushers, man, super great. $130. Telling you, got the best quality sound, bass, super bass, man. Man, I tell you, man, these are the absolute truth. They are the Skull Candy Crusher wireless boys, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, these great fucking headphones right here, man. Skull Candy actually also makes the they also make, excuse me, I'm on camera. They also make Beats by Dre, the same company. Skull Candy's right here. Sorry, the light flected off of it. Y'all can see it. Yeah, these right here, man. I mean, amazing. You talk about bass, I mean, super duper dumb bass. I mean, it's definitely the super duper truth, man. But we up in here, man, doing what we does, talking boxing. Shout out to all the fellas that catch us every morning, 8:30 a.m. around that time, right here on the Boxing Clinic and More. Boxing 101 early morning grind, and it's turned into a success. The LDBC has definitely taken over the airwaves for boxing in the morning. I mean, kick it off with Famous Junior, then the Boxing Clinic, then Trill Boxing at Black Fight Fan TV, and then Fanon getting it in after that. So, yeah, we're getting thick, man, and we controlling the airwaves, and now the other brothers are starting to, starting to do their things to talk about other content and stuff of that nature, and we here, man. So, doing what we does, we gonna continue to percolate and talk real Trill boxing talk. But it sounds like Blue Blood Sports broke a report that Golovkin is not going to fight Jermall Charlo. That wasn't the biggest shock to anybody out there. We knew what that was going to be about, man. Okay. I'm not surprised at all. Apparently Golovkin is supposed to be going the WBO route. We know he had ambitions on fighting Billy Joe Saunders before, and hey, it is what it is, man. I can't get angry at somebody how can you get angry at somebody when you already know their character? Okay, I can't get angry at Triple G. I know his character. Okay, this is Coach Sheldon Harris said yesterday. I am a Triple G historian. I know, Triple G was cut from that duck cloth. If you heard any of the Dante Boxing Nations with Coach Sheldon Harrison was on there, okay? He was on there, okay, with Dante interviewing Abel Sanchez. And Abel Sanchez said they don't want no parts of Jermall Charlo. That's what he said. So what's going to be the narrative now? How are they going to spin this? Okay, he took an L, which Triple G took an L to Canelo, however you like it. Salute, P. Doll, I see you. Homie took an L, right? He had an opportunity to bounce back like Big Sean. He didn't want to bounce back, okay? He did not want to bounce back. Make sure you hit the like button. He been ducking smoke, Fool of Sports. This ain't nothing new. Okay, so I'm not disappointed in Triple G. Look here, man. I didn't want none of these young champions to give him an opportunity at all. I didn't want none of these dudes to give Triple G an opportunity at glory. I didn't want it. Okay? Now, if the WBC ordered it and that's what Charlo had to do, well, you got to do what you got to do. And I think this better prepared Charlo for fighting Canelo Alvarez. It gave him a test, a good stern test to really gauge up. It was the ultimate marketing scheme for Charlo and Canelo. And he had an opportunity. And obviously Triple G didn't want to give an opportunity. And so many fighters from the past didn't want to give black fighters or young black fighters an opportunity. Floyd didn't want to give any young black fighters an opportunity. Okay, Canelo, he gave Austin Charlo opportunity. I think it's more of Oscar. You know, Pacquiao didn't want to give any young black guys opportunity. So a lot of these dudes don't want to pass the torch. You know, Golovkin want to try to milk it. He want to try to go the Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders route. But we don't know what's going to go on with Billy Joe Saunders. Okay? You know, I reported yesterday that Demetrius Andrade said the fight will go on with Walter, the African WBO champion, or Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO champion still. The fight will go on. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But that just shows you, like, when people say Charlo, Andrade is better than Charlo and woo, you see dudes are preferring not to fight him. And I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all sticking point of boxing where, oh, they selling fear or people don't want to go down that route. Look here, man. The thing about Charlo is bringing real money to the table with Al Heyman. Okay? That's real money. Okay? Al going to pay Triple G right. Triple G ain't going to get short-balled. Triple G ain't going to get low-balled. Triple G going to get compensated right with Showtime. You know that. Because if he beat Jermall Charlo, they going to want to work with him to continue to work with him. If Danny Jacobs deals up with Matchroom like people say it is, they going to end up wanting to work with Danny Jacobs and make Triple G rematch on Showtime. So Showtime is not invested in duckers anymore, okay? That's not what they're doing. Showtime is now legitimately interested in making the best fight the best, no matter if you're the son of Al Heyman and Leo Santa Cruz, no matter if you're the Charlo twins, no matter if you Tank, no matter if you Errol Spence, they're invested in making the best fight the best. And really, with HBO being out of there, they want to brand themselves for the home of boxing. And that's what the Fox deal is about. Fox and Showtime is working in cohesion because Fox, you can get the fighters the notoriety, okay? They can blow up on Fox, on regular TV. They can go to Showtime and go to pay-per-view because then they already built their fan base on regular network TV. How you think Deontay Wilder got so much notoriety? Deontay Wilder got so much notoriety for fighting on NBC and regular PBC channels. That's why he was able to do $1 million on Showtime with Stavern and Ortiz. That's why. His popularity was built on regular network TV, to be honest. Because before most of that was happening, this dude was on like Danny Garcia under the 6 feet under his undercard fighting guys like Malik Scott. Okay. Demetrius Andrade is beating both Saunders and Triple G. Very, very possible. I think Demetrius Andrade is a superb talent. I said before, I think he should be the pound for pound number one in boxing. Not only does he have the talent, but he had the path. You know what I'm saying? He had Canelo, he had Lara, he had the Charlo twins, he had Triple G at middleweight. He could have fought Mark Horvath for the WBO middleweight title. He had the entire package. Triple G, Andrade had everything you needed and everything you needed: the skills, the speed, the size, the opponents in front of him. But guess what? Mentally, he didn't have it. Okay. Mentally, he didn't think he was the best. He was pulling out of the fight with the Charlos. He was overpricing himself. He was pricing himself out. He's an opportunist. He wants the best opportunity, even though we see him with the skills. It's like, damn, Charlo, Andrade the truth. I thought Demetrius Andrade at one point, about 3-4 years ago, he would have put both Charlo twins over his knee and spanked them if you would have asked me. Easily. You know, but Triple G look at it like, you know what? They don't punch as hard as Charlo, and I think I could walk him down and eventually beat him. Especially if Billy Joe Saunders, that oxyfrene is really helping Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, you know. Triple G looking at that. Looking at Andrade, say, you know, he's a good fighter. He's long and tall, but you know what? He might not punch as hard as Charlo, so I'm going to take my chances with him because Andrade the truth. That motherfucker can fight. That motherfucker got hands. I ain't getting lied to you. I think it's funny, Boo Boo and Billy Joe Saunders talked all that shit about clean fighters and Billy Joe Saunders tested positive. Yup. That's why, man. That's why somebody told me. I was like, yeah, I think Charlo's and Earl Spence. He said, man, right now, I don't know if anybody clean right now in the sport of boxing. That's true. He said, Michael Johnson, I'm posting a 10-second click to a song I'm making Billy Dope Saunders. Lucy Lou, peace of love, TBC, LDBC family, boxing IQ on fleek. Love me some TBC thumbs up. Appreciate it, Lucy Lou. We up in here, man. But back to the topic, man. We kind of drifted off, but we had drift off for a minute. But like I say, man, I'm not surprised. I mean, this is Triple G character, man. If this is true, which I believe Blue Blood Sports to be true, he's a very, very good brother, intelligent brother. And I'm not mad at Triple G. Do what's best for you. But what made me mad about Triple G was they was coming over here selling all that fear, okay? They were selling all that fear. All that fear. They were selling fear. We were fighting by from 54 to 775 pounds. Then they changed to 168 pounds. And they was just talking cash shit. Okay? But they knew deep down that this dude wasn't what we thought he was. What people thought he was. Okay? And one thing that kind of interests me about Triple G was when I look at his age and people say, why is that important? I said, this is a dude that won a silver medal. This is a dude that had a lot of amateur pedigree. This is a dude that was very, very highly touted, knocked Lucian Bute out in the amateurs. I mean, beat Andre Durrell for the silver medal. I mean, this dude, or beat Andre Durrell en route to a silver medal. This dude did a lot of great things. And why did it take him so long to move up in his boxing career? I mean, he turned pro in, 2006, I think? Why did it take so long? Why did it take for Sergio Martinez to pummel Kevin Pavlik and hurt his knee versus Chavez, get out of his prime, and then Triple G called Sergio Martinez out? You just have to look at things like that. Okay? You got to look at things. Yeah, we talked about this morning on Boxing 101 Early Morning Grind, Sean Burke. Castanos is going to fight Lara. That's a tough fight for Lara. Tough fight for Castanos, too. Castanos beat the dog-walking crap out of Sergey Derevchenko. I said he beat Derevchenko up. That's the only loss Derevchenko got in the World Series of Boxing. He was 23-0 or 22-0 going into that fight. Castanos was 2-0. And that fight is on YouTube. Brian Carlos Castano versus Sergey Derevchenko, who's fighting Danny Jacobs on the last HBO airing. Wasn't even close. Dog walked Derevchenko. Okay? And the kid beat Earl Spence in amateurs. He's 6'1", he long. So yeah. But with your boy Triple G, okay? I've been saying it for years. People have been calling me a Triple G hater, but I've never brought up a lie about the guy when trying to tell people, look how he's been moved. Okay? Look how his career's been handled. I mean, why is he 34, 33? His first step up was versus a blown-up welterweight in Kell Brook. You know, he only picked Danny Jacobs because Danny Jacobs had a soft jaw. He thought he was going to knock out Danny Jacobs, and Danny Jacobs was tougher than expected. Then he said, if I don't knock out Canelo, Abel Sanchez said, if he don't knock out Canelo Alvarez, we don't deserve to win. We know we're not going to get a decision. And what they do, they lost. Or they had a draw with Canelo, and they cried robbery. But you said in the article in Boxing Scene, said, we don't knock him out. That's on us. We know what we facing going to Vegas versus Canelo Alvarez. But golly, Floyd pitched a shutout and drew a draw. He fought to a draw when I thought he damn near won every round. So Triple G already know it was an uphill battle. Triple G can be no doubt a surefire Hall of Famer in everybody's eyes if he would have just fought Billy Joe Saunders and had all the belts and then made the Canelo fight happen. But guess what? He didn't do that. He let Oscar De La Hoya dictate his career. He let Oscar De La Hoya dictate his career. Tell me about that. He let Oscar De La Hoya dictate his career. And that's on him. You know, I don't have nothing for him, man, to be honest, man. You know, if he ducks Jermall Charlo, I mean, what do you guys think about if he don't fight Jermall Charlo, he ducks him? I mean, it was a surefire fight at Canelo Alvarez for a trilogy fight. That just tells you that they don't feel confident about his chances versus Jermall Charlo. Let me let you know something else. Fred, the bro from Barbershop Conversation, he also said that Jermall Charlo is not really making 160 pounds comfortably. So Jermall Charlo can really go to 168. That's how big he is. That's how big he is. And that's crazy. Charlo's a big guy. I'm telling you, man. Somebody told me they took a picture with him. He more closer to 6'3" than 6 foot. He's a big guy. A humongous guy. And Triple G and Abel Sanchez feel that's a bad style. Is it a bad style? Yes. And people will tell you how Charlo ain't done this or that, but he's striking the fear in Triple G heart or in his team's heart. It's not only that, but Charlo fought Austin Trout. Austin Trout is very, very cagey. Remember, he dominated Cotto, okay? He dominated Cotto. He had a close fight with Canelo. Austin Trout not no slouch. He fought Julian J. Rock Williams. Julian J. Rock Williams is a really, really good fighter. I'm telling you, J. Rock was a good fighter. He earned his way back on up. I got Benavidez. Benavidez over Charlo at 68. I've never seen Charlo fight above 160. I don't believe he's proven himself at 160 yet for me to say, okay, he can go to 68 and fight him. Triple G will fight Ramirez. That'll make sense. But I also heard that December, good that you bring that up. Who brought that up? ABC Finals. It's funny that you bring Gilberto Ramirez up because I looked at this not too long ago, but Fat Boy is reporting from the Fat Boy team, Team Fat Boy. Dan Rayfield, he in another weight class. That nigga, 100,000 pounds, bro. He's reported that hold on, excuse me. He's reported that December 14th, ESPN Plus app, Ramirez may be rematching Jesse Hart. Okay, that was a good fight. I got the app. I'll check that one out. I ain't got front. That's a good fight. Like the first fight. I don't really think Jesse Hart or Gilberto Ramirez is that good. I think they both solid. I think Ramirez skills decline fighting the level of competition he's been fighting. But, you know, I think Triple G can get Ramirez, but Ramirez is a big kid. He's a really big kid. Okay? Ramirez is a really, really big kid, man. Really big kid. Charlo will get bounced around if he fight Benavidez. That's possible, but I mean, Alex Ariza said he can get Benavidez down to 160. I mean, Benavidez used to walk around at 300 pounds. And I think David Benavidez is a good fighter, but there's a lot to be desired still there being only 21. You know? Because Ronald Garville really gave him a hell of a fight. Not saying Garville is any slouch, but he gave him a hell of a fight. But, I mean, really, if Triple G do this sidestep, then Canelo Alvarez should not give him a rematch. If he didn't want to do what the WBC ordered, which he went over there trying to order them to do a petition. He wanted them to petition for him to fight Canelo next, to order the Canelo fight next. And instead of them petitioning that, they said you can fight Charlo and you can go ahead and fight Charlo, and then we can fight. Then you can fight Canelo. He don't want to do that. There goes 619 Cali Factor. I ain't seen you in a minute. I predict Derevchenko beats Danny Jacobs. That's very, very possible. They spar with each other. Derevchenko likes to come forward, but I think, you know, right now I don't make a final pick, so I look at the film. But I think I like Jacobs' chances still. I like Derevchenko. I like Jacobs' chances though, but I like Derevchenko. I don't think. So Benavidez was above 240. No, he was 300 pounds. Benavidez was 300 and something pounds as a teenager. So he got that. He still got that bone structure. Benavidez is very stationary. Charlo could give him problems. Yeah, I do too. I do think he can give him problems. Benavidez's feet ain't that good. That's a good point. But I would love to see Charlo get acclimated to 160 first, and then maybe 168, and he go up and fight Benavidez. But it's too much money there for Charlo to skip over 160, not get a real title, and go to 168. I mean, Danny Jacobs' fight has been building up. The Andrade fight been building up for years. I mean, him and Billy Joe Saunders then had spats. So he's going to leave all that money there and all that legacy at 160 to go to 168. Or possibly you got to travel to England and fight Callum Smith. Possibly you got to try to you know, do a slave deal with Top Rank to fight Gilberto Ramirez or Jesse Hart, whoever won that belt. The only thing that would be up there for him is Benavidez. If they didn't hurt, they stripped Benavidez, which is Darrell and Alvin Uterman, who Chris Eubanks knocked out, is going to fight for the title. I don't know if he's champion of recess or not, Benavidez, but or who's Jose Hutahi taking on Caleb Plant. Okay, who's Hutahi and Caleb Plant? Caleb Plant said he signed his contract today. Somebody sent it to me on YouTube. It's on his YouTube live story. I mean, Instagram live story, excuse me. I mean, Instagram. So he signed the contract to fight Jose Hutahi. He said he don't know if Hutahi signed his contract, but he said it's something big coming up. And I believe that fight might fall on that December 22nd card they talking about. Yo, CJ, what you think about Lara and J-Rock WC order? Some people think Lara won't take the fight. It's for Jermall Manson. Yeah, Lara won't take that fight. He won't. He's going to fight Brian Carlos Castanos for the regular WBA belt. When J.R. Hurd finish and move up next year, he'll become the super champion. I say he won't take that fight because Jermall Charlo don't want Lara and his brother to fight, Jermall to fight. So they're not going to fight each other. That's what people don't understand. They say Jermall ducking Lara. His brother don't want to fight because if he said they fight, he leaving Ronnie Shields. And I'm pretty sure Ronnie Shields can't afford to lose a fighter that's as good as Jermall Charlo, especially with the bag he about to bring in. They doing African King said they doing Charlo dirty, man, but we only getting better. It's going to catch up to him. Yeah, you know, that's how they do black fighters, man. That's how they do the Cuban fighters too, you know. That's why we got to be their voice, man. CJ, so if Triple G doesn't fight Charlo, does Canelo still get a voluntary defense, or does Charlo get a – nope, it's Canelo getting that voluntary defense anyway, family. They ain't got nothing to do with him. Oscar told the WBC to give him a voluntary defense, then do the Canelo Triple G thing. Charlo Triple G thing. He knows Team Triple G, as we know, doesn't want that fight. They're very, very aware of these interviews that go down on YouTube and stuff. Okay, most of these dudes get their ideas right here from the new media. Battle Rifle, what's going on? If we being honest, does Charlo fight against a taller if we being honest, does Charlo fight against a taller puncher? The only guys who probably taller than him was Castanos. Which one you talk about? Jermall? Oh, Centennial. Oh, Centennial, excuse me, Centennial. I mean, ain't nobody else taller than him but Boo Boo. Him and Boo Boo might be the same height. I mean, I don't think it would matter for him, a taller fighter. I mean, you get the right sparring. A lot of these dudes spar way above their weight class, so I don't think it'll be a problem. I mean, Sean Porter, for example, fights better against taller fighters than shorter fighters. Let his daddy tell him, not believe him. Well, Alexander Usyk on his amateur resume, he beat him. He beat Danny Jacobs, you know. What's going on, Derek Webster? Jeremy Hall, everybody keeps saying Earl have to step up and Charlo have to step up. How can they step up when the competition doesn't want to fight them? Exactly. That's true. You know, welcome to the hard knock life, okay? Welcome to the hard knock life of being a fighter. You know, a lot of fighters went through this. Floyd, for everybody that didn't know this, Floyd went through that. Floyd went through this exact same thing in his career. No doubt about it. Floyd went through this when Morales, Barrera, Prince Nazim, Casamayora. So a lot of guys that want to fight Floyd, okay? You know, so they just got to weather the storm. And we're going to talk about Earl in a minute, okay? Make sure I hit the like button, man. It'd be greatly appreciated, man. Renoculus, sorry if I butchered your name. Let's not forget the sacrificial lamb in this scenario is David Lemieux. David Lemieux don't even deserve that mandatory. He don't deserve that, in my opinion. Castano is levels above J-Rock. That'd be a good fight. But, I mean, his pedigree is, you know, J-Rock and Castano would be a good fight. I didn't know those details. How old is Lara now? I mean, I can tell you what they got him listed at. You know how it always go with Cubans and guys from Africa, you know, about their age. I know for the Lions, we got Zeke Yancey. They said they forged his birth certificate, and I believe he way older than what the fuck they got him listed at, bro. Lara is listed at 35. He just turned 35 in April. So shout out to him. But Mike, Real, Ryan, what's going on? They doing Charlo like they did Riggin Dial, but the difference between Charlo is he won't take no dive that makes him too dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, you know. It is what it is, man. Sorry, I'm going to go up. Jermall gonna fight soon, and then he'll fight the winner, Derbychenko Jacobs. I hope so, man. I want one of them cats to get skin that cat Canelo Alvarez. You know, I want them to skin that cat Canelo Alvarez because they're gonna try to protect him. That was a big question going into the Canelo Triple G fight. You know, would these guys actually go on and fight the other rivals in the middleweight division? Would they go on and actually fight their mandatory Charlo? Most people said no. So it is what it is, man. Sean Burt, if Triple G doesn't fight Charlo, Charlo will be the mandatory anyway. Look at Gufic at 175. Barrera, Brown, Alvarez didn't fight him, so he got the shot versus Adonis. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be the mandatory unless the WC do some old crazy stuff. Charlo probably fight Willie Monroe. That's what I heard. I heard that from the horse's mouth. One of the guys I know, he from Rochester, New York, said he saw Willie Monroe and said that he gonna fight Charlo next. So that already been in the works. Yeah, Floyd was calling out people for a long time. Okay, I hope the Charlos and Andrade has a chin, because if they do, it's gonna be a problem for everybody. Yeah, I think the Andrade act like he don't have a chin, but I think he does though. He kind of just acts shaky mentally, man. But I think hopefully they both do. But that's the last question to answer for both of them. Why they ducking Charlo? Because they know he's dangerous, I guess. I think they think it's a bad matchup. You know, good straight jab. He knocked guys down with jabs. Good hand speed. Big guy. I mean, I don't really know if y'all know how big the Charlos really are, both of them. Blackheart and Battle Rap say, I saw some shit with Bud Camp saying they are pressing Bob Brown to make EJ fight important. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Let me get to these last few questions. I'm going to talk about that. Skin the real. Oh, this fool is crazy, man. Jermall will knock Monroe out in February. Yeah, I think Monroe is a good fight for him. You know, Monroe was slick, difficult to fight. Billy Joe Stearns had difficulties with him. Let's see what Charlo do. I expect Charlo to win. Jermall and Jermall Charlo Jermall Charlo needs to know how to publicly shame his opponents. Earl tried it while intoxicated and attempted for the most part. Well, he did call Canelo out. I don't think everybody saw it, but he did in Vegas. Otis Parker, Erickson Lubin versus Nathaniel Gallimore would be good. Yeah, they had beef, but I think Gallimore, man, it's over with for him. He's so limited. I believe in Gallimore too after he beat Justin DeLoach. He told Justin DeLoach up, tell me who the hell dropping dudes with the jab apart from Jermall Charlo. Charlo versus Korobov at 160. I believe Korobov is at 168 right now. I don't know if he still can make 160, but Korobov he was hyped. HBO was trying to hype him up, and then Andy Lee knocked his ass out. Lubin versus Tony Harrison, that's a real good fight, but I don't think Lubin ready for that yet, to be honest. I think he's a better fighter than Tony Harrison, but I think Lubin needs at least a year full of tune-up fights left and getting back and building himself back up. If he moved too fast and make a false step, he could be going to community college or some shit like that and be out the boxing game, all right? Because he's way too young to be a stepping stone at this point. He might end up like what's old boy Fernando Guerrero? Remember the one that everybody kept knocking out and dropping? Make sure I hit that like button too. But we're gonna talk about Terence Crawford article on Boxing Scene, all right? And also Todd DeBuff. He used to be a matchmaker, I believe, at Golden Boy. I think he got get a matchmaker at Golden Boy, man. They said some things about pressing top rank to make the Errol Spence fight. Let's go into the article. Crawford coach, we want Spence big names for us at 47, and I'm going straight to the quote. Okay, this is Bromack, his manager and one of his three coaches. We want after the champions, man. McIntyre said. There is no reason to be fighting at number 6 or number 7 dude. Terence wants the best fighters out there at 47. So I'm glad top-ranked president Tom Dubove is on this phone because we'll put the heat on him. He's the one who makes the fights happen. He could go to ESPN and make those fights happen. Terence wants the fights to happen. Let's go. The only fights out there is the other champions, okay? And also they go and say, right now the biggest name at the welterweight division for Terence is Errol Spence, McIntyre said. So what we'll do is and I'm glad Todd is on the phone, is just put the pressure on him. ESPN is a leader in sports. They want to be the leader in boxing. They're going out and make those fights happen. So that's what Terence wants. They want Terence to be #1 fighter in the world, so they must do their job. We do our job. Todd do his job, and then the whole job is going to be done. When reporters press McIntyre on which welterweight champion Crawford realistically can fight next, assuming he beats David Benavidez, the Buff interjected. I think this is the president, one of the presidents at Top Rank right here, Todd DeBuff. Excuse me. I think he was a matchmaker at Golden Boy. I think it might be another guy, but I think it's him. This is what he had to say. I think we're asking everybody to look into the crystal ball right now, DeBuff said, and project out what everybody else's needs are and what somebody else wants to do. We've established what we want to do, all right? We're not going to come up to a press conference, and I mean, this is a call about Terence. I'm not going to divert like they did. They were giving us all the attention September 8th at the Barclays Center. We're going to go after all those guys. We're not allowing anything, no politics, no nothing to get in the way. They want to do it. We want to do it. Let's just get it done. We'll figure out a solution. Spence and Crawford likely will have to be a joint pay-per-view venture between ESPN and Showtime. The Buff declined to discuss those details, yet emphasized that Top Rank is more than willing to work with Heyman to make Crawford and Spence a reality. I'm not going to make a judgment today on a phone call without having a conversation with everybody involved, including them on the one side and us, the Buff said. We're open to anything to make those big fights happen for Terence Crawford and Bomac, right? That's what we're open to. We are not going to be siloed into a formulatic way of doing things. We are open to everything. The 31-year-old Terence Crawford will make it okay. Talk about David Benavidez in Phoenix, all right? You heard it. That's the article. I just read most of the quotes of the article, what these guys are saying, and you know, it's pretty much what a lot of people already been saying about Terence Crawford. He signed over to Top Rank, and he's still begging for them to make these fights. Okay, he said they gave him all the promo when Danny Garcia. This is Tyler Buff talking. The Buff talking at Top Rank. I think he was the guy who used to work for Golden Boy. Make sure you smash that like button, y'all up in here. All right, show some love. He was he used to be a matchmaker at Golden Boy, really, really good matchmaker. He had years in the game, I believe. This is him. And he's a president at Top Rank now, okay? But this is the same thing we were saying, okay? We're saying this. You sign back with ESPN, okay? You sign back with Top Rank. I have no problem. But yet you're still begging your promoter to do a job that you are the employer. Remember this. He's the employer. The promotional company works for Terence Crawford. And they've been on the horn. Excuse me. Neck a little hurt. They've been on the horn, okay, on Twitter saying, we want to do what Terence Crawford wants to do. I mean, I can show you the tweets. But yet again, Terence Crawford is still begging his promoter. Crawford is still begging his promoter for fights. Why should my manager and trainer have to get on the phone for y'all to just reiterate? Why should I have to get on the phone and call out the president of the Top Rank on a press conference call and say, we want this fight. Y'all better make this fight on a press conference call when you got 1,000 media members on there? So this is something they couldn't do behind closed doors. But go back. Slow it down in my conceited voice. Okay? Slow it down. Bomac is begging the president of Top Rank on a press conference call, but Todd DeBuff, the president, said Errol Spence gave them all the shine September 8th at the Barclays Center. He didn't give you guys all the shine, my brother. He didn't give you all the shine. Because at the end of the day, it still was all about Adrian Broner, Errol Spence, and Sean Porter fighting. That's what it was about. And Tank and all the rest of the stars being here. It was about Sean Porter and Errol Spence. He talked about Terence Crawford, and G-checked him in front of an ESPN employee in Dan Rayfield. Okay? Check that out for a minute. Now he couldn't call Tyler Buff. Okay, I'm just trying to get y'all to read into things, man. He couldn't call Tyler Buff on the phone and be like, look here, bro. We really want to fight, have Bob here. We want to fight Earl next. Tell us what we got to do to get Earl over ESPN. He could have called K-Ho, Black Fight Fan. Bo-Mac got Black Fight Fan number. He could have got in touch with Earl Spence that way. I'm pretty sure they can get in touch with Earl Spence and ask Earl Spence what would it take for him to come over to ESPN just on some real man-to-man type shit. It ain't illegal. It ain't a breach of contract. But yet he's begging on a public platform, on a press media platform. He begging in front of the media for Top Rank ESPN to make a fight. That's just telling y'all that they don't have no plans on putting Crawford in with Earl Spence no time soon. Boxing Counter Elite, what's going on, fam? I'm just telling y'all how to read into it. It might not be what y'all want to hear. Make sure I hit the like button if y'all ain't hit it yet. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I usually not into doing these afternoon these streams. So you can catch me 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Boxing 1-on-1. If you missed any of the episodes, they still up on YouTube. Or you can check out the podcast link in the description if I put it in the description. So let me make sure I update the subscription. Okay, I'm gonna update it right now, y'all, so y'all can get that podcast link, copy it, or go over there, subscribe to our podcast. It's on the Castbox app, and the Castbox app is 100% free, y'all. It got a lot of great things on the podcast app. I'm telling y'all, it's amazing, and we do a lot of different things on there other than boxing. We got some new content coming, so I'm updating it right now. Bear with me. But yeah, like I was saying though, anytime somebody cut off and say I was saying on the stream, even if the camera on or off, that means we doing more things at once. Okay, let me make sure I updated it, man. Hold on. Yeah, it's my Samsung S, whatever the new one is. What is the S9, S Plus? It got it on the back. Yeah, I broke my other phone, so if you was hearing me read off my other phone, my screen was cracked. I bought an outer box. Obviously, I had the phone for 2 years. I bought an outer box or whatever, right? And the outer box had that old plastic screen over it, and I threw it, and it broke. And I thought the outer box was supposed to protect my phone. Obviously, it didn't do its job, so I got a new phone. So, and this is super fast, but yeah, like I was saying. Like, why are they begging Top Rank for a fight? See, I didn't even read that article before I jumped on there. I didn't read the total article in whole. I didn't read it. So this is like a raw reaction. I just seen something I need to talk about when I went to go live. I had time. So it is. What up, JD Films? I see you. Okay, Wrench Gang in the building. So, I mean, am I surprised by this? No, I'm not surprised by this from Terence Crawford. His coach is out here. They've been working on this deal for quite some time, okay? They've been working on this deal quite some time. Okay? Mano De Niro, I'm just spitting the facts, man. I'm not lying. I'm not being biased. I'm not going no different way because most people on here know the tea, Crawford tried to sue me over the defamation of character. Okay, they threatened to sue me, but it is what it is. We came to a deal. I have no ill will towards him when I'm talking about serious situations, okay? But for you to have when you have to beg the president of Top Rank on a phone call, that's basically trying to get the media to say, look here, we want the fight. That's Top Rank that don't want the fight. That's Top Rank that want the fight. So you already knew that Top Rank wasn't going to budge about making this fight with Earl, okay? You knew this. When he beat Jeff Horn, okay? When he beat Jeff Horn, he said, I played this on the early morning grind before probably a couple weeks ago. When he beat Jeff Horn, he says, come on, Bob Arum. I'm ready for the other champions. He begging. This is Terence Crawford begging him. So, but before people say, why Crawford signed back with Top Rank and didn't go sign with Al Heyman, look here. Everybody not going to sign with Al Heyman. That ain't the fucking, that ain't the solution to the world. I broke my ankle. Let me go sign with Al Heyman. He can go grab me a new ankle. Al Heyman ain't for everybody. Okay? Al Heyman ain't for everybody. Let me say that again. Al Heyman ain't for everybody. That's not the He says, look, he says CJ is a Spence fan, and I ain't say shit about Spence. He says CJ Lewis Coleman is a hater. I'm gonna tell you this. He one of my favorite haters. Will bend the truth. I didn't bend the truth about nothing. And Crawford and other thing, but we want to talk about the truth. I told you the exact quote from this article, bro. And you still don't believe me, bro. I will put the article link in the description. And if you can read, you know, read the article. I ain't said shit, but I ain't say shit but a lie. I ain't told you shit but the truth. I ain't told no lie. But then again, I'm still accused of being lying. And I'm reading what this man said word from word on the press conference call. But I'm still being called a liar. I haven't said anything wrong. I haven't said anything wrong about this situation. This is the article right here. What's going on, Ruben Sonales? Junior in the build. I'm a junior too, fam. Okay? I haven't said anything bad. I just told you what they said. He's begging. This is Bomac. He's begging Ty LaBeouf. He put him on the spot while all the media is here. Ashley's corner up in here. What's going on? I didn't even see Sis slide up in the building. What's going on? In this article, and I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read it again. I put the article link in the description, and I'll put it in the chat. Here we go again. Article link in the chat. It's about to pop up, okay? Legendary Topcast. What's going on, homie? Oh, man. Oh, man, what you doing without a wrench, family? There you go. Okay. Okay, this is the article right here. Okay, I'm reading the quotes. Okay, I'm just gonna read the quote again from Bomac. Okay, McIntyre named Earl Spence Jr. as the most attractive future foe for Crawford, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, and the other two 47-pound champions Crawford wants. We want after the champions. That's what he say. This is Bomac, manager and coach, one of three coaches. There's no reason to be fighting the number 6 or 7 dude. Terence wants the best fighter out there at 47. So I'm glad top-ranked president Todd Dubuff is on this call because we'll put the heat on him. This is a quote. He's the one who makes the fights happen. He could go to ESPN and make those fights happen. Terence wants the fights to happen. Let's go. The only fight out there is the other champions. Y'all hear that, Ashley? Fulo Sports, Deion Mayo, Blackheart Boxing, and Battle Raps. Do y'all hear that, bro? I didn't make nothing up. That's verbatim, whatever they call it, word for word. Okay? I didn't say nothing else. Why would I have to beg my employee to do something for me? Because Terence Crawford employs Top Rank. But I'm going to tell you this before I did get cut off, okay? I'm going to tell you this. The reason Terence Crawford signed back with Top Rank, and I said this before I cut myself off, okay? Everybody is not, Al is not for everybody, okay? But Al is a very flexible dude. If you want a promoter, Al can put you with Samson Boxing. He can put you with Lou DiBella, which I wouldn't put with him. TGB Promotion, he could put you with Mayweather Promotions. He could put you with Ringstar Sports. If you want a promoter, okay? He can even put you with Eddie Hearn if you want to be with Eddie Hearn and fight on the zone and still manage and advise you. If that's true about some of the fighters over there like Arthur Berturbia, Jesse Vargas, and Danny Jacobs, okay? He can still do those things for you. But if ESPN and the worldwide sports leader in sports saying I'm their number one fighter, I'm their number one fighter, Terence Crawford, I'm the top dog, I'm the number one ace. But my promoter wants Lomachenko to be the ace. Okay, but at least ESPN wants me to be that guy. They want to invest in me. I can go to ESPN and make things happen, okay? I understand that. But the thing about Top Rank is when you get down to your last fight in the contract, either you sign the contract, you know, for the extension, or they shelf you, okay? That's how it goes. They're either going to shelf you if you don't sign the contract, or they're going to keep throwing money at you till you sign the contract, or you got to go the legal route and be like Mikey Garcia and get yourself out the contract. And at 30 years old, Crawford don't have 1 or 2 years to get out that contract. He don't have that. So why not? ESPN loves you. Top Rank gonna pay $3 million a fight, and guess what? They Bob Arum controls the media still, so he can still make it look like Earl Spence is ducking. He can make it look like Keith Thurman is ducking. He can make it look like Sean Porter is ducking. He did it for years to Floyd Mayweather. And people still going to go the route and still say Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, Sean Porter ducking, even if that is factual or it is reality. That's just what it is. And I'm just keeping it 100 for y'all. So Bob Arum controls the narrative. Worst case scenario, we sign this contract, get $3 million to fight Benavidez, get $3 million to fight Adames or any other crippled bum out there, okay? And we fine with it. Because we telling them on a phone call, we confronted Todd LaBeouf, president of Top Rank. Crawford's confronted Bob Arum about fighting Terence Crawford and other champions. He went on ESPN First Take and said who he want. Crawford seems like a real, really good guy, a real thorough guy. People know he's a street dude, okay? But people still hate in the chat, and I haven't said anything bad about the guy. I'm just telling you dudes straight facts. I'm telling you dudes straight facts. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is coming straight from the article. This is coming straight from the article. Straight from the article, this dude is lying. These dudes don't want to make Crawford make the fight happen. They don't want to make the fight happen. Let's just keep it a buck. They don't want to really make Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Why would I invest $3 million in a fight for 4 or 5 years, whatever the deal is for Terence Crawford, and throw him right in there with Errol Spence? Got you, family. And throw him right in there with Errol Spence. Do that make sense? I signed this dude to a 4 or 5 year contract, $3 million to fight. I put him in there with Errol Spence. He get knocked out. He continue to fight, and he never the same. And I still owe him $3 million. That's business. That's just common sense. They at least don't want to throw him in there for another year or two with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is in a race between time, to be honest. Excuse me. Errol Spence is in a race between time. How much longer can the quote-unquote weight bully, they call him, make 147? And also, Top Rank can use it. And look. Errol Spence can't even make a fight with Sean Porter. Errol Spence can't make a fight with Keith Thurman. How are we going to make a fight if they can't make fights on their own side? How? Okay? How? How are we going to make fights if Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, PBC can't make the fights? I thought they was fighting Mikey Garcia. Top Rank can use that, and people going to run with that narrative. How Bud going to fight them, and they can't fight each other? Look who Errol Spence fighting. Yugas Calazo next. I thought he was supposed to be fighting Mikey on pay-per-view. As long as they can hide behind that, as long as PBC is not going to make Spence, Porter, Thurman, Spence, Thurman, they don't make those fights, Crawford got a leg to stand on. Top Rank got a leg to stand on. So until Errol Spence and PBC and Al Heyman handle their business, Top Rank not going to throw Terence Crawford in there. Why would I throw him in there? I just signed him to a new contract. He go in there and lose for one belt. And lose the one belt that we got at welterweight. The one thing we got is leverage. It's the same thing as Joshua and Deontay Wilder. The one thing Deontay Wilder got to leverage is the WBC belt, the most prestigious belt. The one thing that Top Rank got is not the WBC belt, but it's a WBO belt. But Errol Spence said his aim is to be undisputed champion. So Top Rank ain't forced to do nothing right now. When Errol Spence collect another belt, they'll think about it and maybe make the fight happen. If Errol Spence collect 3 belts, oh yeah, it's worth their while. We can get 3 belts over at Top Rank and put them on ESPN. Shit. PBC had never seen them 3 belts again. If PBC was smart, I'd be like, I'll give Keith Thurman. See what happens. But that really ain't smart too, because if Errol Spence threw 3 belts to the table to Terence Crawford 1, how can Terence Crawford ask 50-50? How can they ask to split the pay-per-view ESPN? How can they ask to split that pay-per-view? That's straight Showtime. If Errol Spence get 2 belts, that's straight Showtime. Or I want a 70-30 split. If I bring in 3 belts, I want an 80-20 split if I'm coming to ESPN. Period. I want an 80-20 split on a guaranteed pay-per-view. I want an 80-20 split on the pay-per-view back-end money. I'm bringing 3 belts to the table. What is he bringing? The WBO belt? Come on. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. I just read the article, man. And people still in their feelings, bro. I could just imagine how some of you dudes go through it with your baby mama, man. Now, I know why a lot of dudes don't date black women, because everybody ain't got the heart to do it. Everybody ain't got the heart to do it. It's black women to say something to fuck your mind up. And you be in the car, ready to blow your head off, crying to your home. Well, I can't do it no more. It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. You gotta be a soldier to do it. And everybody ain't a soldier. I can just tell by some of the way dudes act on here. They ain't got no women, man. You know, they ain't got no wife, man. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. They ain't get no money. You know? Just keeping it a buck, man. These dudes on here fugazi. All in they feel is crying. Crying. This is not nothing I'm making up. This is not a theory. This is ain't no, I'm being a hypothetical. This ain't no point of view. This is some shit that he said word for word in the article that I just dropped in here. They're begging their employee to do something for the employer. And they knew, that's the article again, they knew, guess what? They knew they ain't had no intentions on making that fight, bro. Top Rank ain't had no intentions. And is it possible? Now I'm going to make dudes mad right here as I check my FanDuel lineup for the single game tonight. So bear with me. I got to make sure everybody healthy. And I'm trying to think, should I squeeze Gronkowski in there tonight, man? He be getting hurt too much, man. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this real quick. Okay? Crawford knew what it was. He knew they didn't want to make those fights, okay? Crawford knew that Top Rank didn't want to make these fights. And we just keeping it a buck here. And now this is going to hurt people's feelings. Did Crawford stay with Top Rank for the protection? Does Crawford really want to fight Errol Spence? Knowing that, was this really set up where Brian McIntyre will sit there to act like in front of the media they really want to fight Errol Spence next, but really Top Rank don't have any intention on doing it. Bomac don't have no intention on them fighting him, and they just gonna get this $3 million to fight anybody. And you heard what he said on Trail Boxing Talk when Bomac was on there a few weeks ago. He said we get $3 million to fight anybody. We really want to fight Ugas. Ugas beat Crawford in the amateurs. That's what he said. That's what he said. Oh yeah, Regis Progress fighting. That shit kick off Sunday, bro. I mean, sis. That kick off Sunday. Anuyawa fight Sunday and Relic fight Sunday. Yup. It's on the Zone. I ain't buying the Zone, though. I'll stream it. Or I ain't getting a free trial. Regis Progress fight October 20th. Hold on. Let me give you an exact date. Regis, I think, fight October 20th versus Terry Flanagan in New Orleans in the first round. One of my dudes actually was coming down there. I want to go down there, but not right now. Hold on, no, excuse me. No, he's not fighting October 20th, excuse me. I got that wrong. October 27th, the same day as Danny Jacob and Derevchenko. He fighting Terry Flanagan and Ivan Barakachuk. The Wildman fighting Anthony Gitt for Mikey Garcia, vacant IBF 140-pound belt. Okay. Also, I'll give y'all a scoop down on before we continue to talk and wrap it up. This weekend you got Jesse Vargas and Thomas Delorme card in Wintrust Arena in Chicago. If you're in Chicago, I heard they got some cheap tickets. Danny Roman, featherweight, junior featherweight, Super WBA title, taking on Gavin McDowell from the UK. Arthur Paterbi is taking on Callum Johnson for his IBF light heavyweight championship. And Jarrell Big Baby Miller is opening up the card versus Thomas Adamic. Okay. Also, Surik Sora Rivestein, who beat Chocolito, who I believe one of my favorite fighters right now, is top in the pound for pound, in my opinion, fighting Iran Diaz on YouTube. Okay. He's on YouTube Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday. And then Sunday is Anuyawa in Japan. I'm not sure of the time in America. Taking on Juan Carlos Peñano. Sorry, I've been telling people we fighting the Russian guy. That's Tite. I forgot which one is Juan Carlos Peñano in the first round of the WBC World Boxing Super Series tournament. I mean, the first round of the World Boxing Super Series tournament bantamweight division. The 140-pound division kicks off on the undercard versus Relic taking on Edward Travansky, who got knocked out by Julius Ndongo for his WBO belt, I think it was, and Relic, who beat Francis Bartholomew after getting robbed. Okay. Jay Fuller said, yeah, Bo Mac was hyping Yugas up. Yeah, I mean, Crawford got beat by a lot of guys in the amateur because he had a pro style. He got beat by Ray Robinson. You know, y'all remember Ray Robinson who just beat I got a most ducked boxer series. Yeah. I could try that, man. That's a good one. Fan perspective was going on. But Ray Robinson beat Crawford in a tournament finals, and Ray Robinson, it's an interview out there, who got beat by Yugas, said that Crawford family tried to jump him after he won. He said his family tried to jump him after he won. So that's interesting. But it's the amateurs, man. It's different strokes for different folks. Some guys be great amateurs and don't go on to be great anything in the professional ranks. Lewis called himself fully healthy Keith Thurman beat Spence. I bet that. I don't know if a fully healthy Keith Thurman is ever going to come back. I don't just mean physically. I mean mentally. You know, I don't think Keith Thurman mentally is going to come back. I think his hunger is fulfilled. But I thought it would be, I would have favored Keith Thurman 2 years ago, 3 years ago, easily. But Earl Spence have gotten better. He got way better. Just the truth. He's active now. He ain't sitting on the shelf waiting for Kell Brook. He's active. Yeah, I heard it's been really, really hard on Keith health, man. Real serious shit, man. Like, I got people that's in that camp, that's close to that camp. And Keith is legitimately hurt, they say. So I don't know, will he be back or whatever the situation may be. But like I said, I was a big Keith Thurman fan. I can't fuck with Keith till he come back to his old self, man. I need that one time back, man. But yeah, you know, I think it's a situation of Crawford already know the situation, Bo Mac already know the situation, Top Rank know the situation, ESPN know the situation. Thurman wasted his prime. He happy with that too. He got married and all that shit. He happy with that. Heartless assassin. But I'm gonna tell you this. They know that they're gonna do this Pacquiao Mayweather shit again. I told you I'm not going there no more. This whole Pacquiao Mayweather thing they doing, bro, but they gonna try to make Earl and the PBC guys look like the bad guys, and Terence is ready for anybody. They gonna act like they enter negotiations. It ain't gonna be a deal. They're gonna try to drag this out for as long as they can, and it is what it is. It's gonna divide the boxing community up between two black fighters this time. We have black fans and Hispanic fans and white fans, Puerto Rican, Cuban fans on one side. The other set of fans gonna be on the other side, and it's just gonna be a big mess. I don't want to go through that. Okay, they ain't even on Pacquiao Mayweather level yet. I mean, as far as popularity, they ain't on that level yet. It ain't even worth going there yet. If they gonna fight, go ahead and fight. But I tend to believe if Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia get made, they can make a Lomachenko. That the deal will be similar to a Terence Crawford Earl Spence deal. I believe if you see Mikey and Lomachenko made, which I think Mikey is gonna fight Richard Comey, if he can beat Comey, you know, Lomachenko will beat Roy Beltran. I think you'll see them fight in March, and I think that will be the ground base, the base for a Crawford and Earl Spence fight. So if you see a Lomachenko-Mikey fight happen, look for a Terence Crawford Earl Spence fight to happen. That means they want it to happen. Okay? As far as the fight in the ring, I already told you who I'm running with. I'm running with Earl. If Crawford win, congratulations to him. I'll show him nothing but the utmost respect. Great fighter. There's no shame into losing to Terence Crawford. But it is what it is. I mean, people come in here and just hate. Like, why you dudes just hating? Don't watch. If my opinion don't matter, don't watch, bro. Seriously. All these haters in here that I already done blocked. You know? Dudes that's already been blocked in here is angry. Like, dude. You act like I'm telling a lie. I know what's gonna happen in the fight. Especially if Earl gets Sean Porter, Keith Thurman in first. He's gonna beat the shit out of him. He's gonna beat shit out of Earl Spence or Terence Crawford. But if Terence Crawford wins, shout out to Terence Crawford. I ain't mad at him. A brother winning, it's a brother versus a brother. Either way, I'm happy for him. But I feel that Terence Crawford hasn't. I'm not saying Earl has, but Terence Crawford been pro for 11 years. Errol Spence been pro for 6 years. And I believe Errol Spence is a bigger name than Crawford in the sport of boxing. I ain't saying it about much. What's going on, Icewood? What's up, fam? I ain't saying this about much. This dude been a pro for 11 years, bro. 11 years. Mikey been pro for 12 years. Okay. Does Jose Benavidez have a chance? Hell no. Hell no, he ain't got a chance. Crawford gonna whoop that ass. He gonna whoop him real good. People gonna go crazy. Oh, Crawford beat Jose Benavidez. You mean David? No, Jose. I mean, who was Jose? Jose Cuervo? But yeah, we was also talking about the Triple G situation. It sounds like, you know, according to Blue Blood, make sure you smash the like button if y'all haven't. It sounds like the Triple G gonna try to go for the WBO and then bring another belt to Canelo Alvarez. Now, another thing Canelo can do to try to get Canelo Alvarez is say, look here, okay, I'm gonna go for Andrade Billy Joe Saunders winner. Okay. All right. Or whoever, if it's the Walter guy from Africa, I'm gonna try to go for him. Get that belt. Okay. Then I'm gonna go back for Danny Jacobs Derbychenko winner. Get that belt. Get 2 belts. Tell Canelo Alvarez I did get done in May. I don't think he's gonna fight Charlo in May regardless. He said we could make a big undisputed clash for the trilogy fight. So I don't know how many trilogies has been for undisputed with all 4 major belts on the line. So that's something to look at as well too. You know, because Triple G has a couple options here. He could try to get the WBO belt from Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders, and then going back to Canelo, let's say he's doing another unification bout, or he could try to snag both of the belts for Billy Joe Andrade or Demetrius Andrade, or Danny Jacobs and Derbychenko, and bring 2 more belts to the table, and you know, fuck Charlo. But that could happen. You know, it could happen. I'm not surprised if it does happen. But you know, it is what it is, man. Y'all any questions before we get off, man? I'll answer any questions right now. Y'all guys want to talk about? I'm an open book right now. Open book. Lil G praying Billy Ho wins. Yeah, Andrade a tough fight, long, fast, quick. Yeah, he a tough guy to fight, man. Real tough guy to fight, man. Really, really tough guy to fight, man. Andrade is super duper long. Joe Joyce right now. Joe Joyce over the African guy. African guy ain't got enough experience. Joe Joyce got some semi-pro experience in the World Series of Boxing, even though Usyk whooped him. Any updates on the undercard Khalifa? Nope, I ain't heard nothing. I heard that Hurd might be on there. Chavez Jr. is in the bidding war to be on there. Either Chavez Jr. is going to fight Martinez in a rematch on the zone, which I think Eddie Hearn might have already got done. We're going to fight Angulo on that undercard of Fury and Wilder. And I don't really care to see that. Wilder Fury undercard, yeah, I haven't heard nothing on that. I just said that. They letting Billy fight. That we don't know yet. Either going to be Billy Joe Saunders or the WBO African #1 ranked champion who's knocked out everybody but just in Africa. We see if Crawford wants to fight Spence after this fight. He'll bring it up. Who you think wins between Jermall, Charlo, Andrade? I think that's a good fight. Andrade has superior skills, I believe, but I think Charlo has more powerful skill, plus skill. Yeah, that's a good fight. I gotta see how Andrade looked. I mean, he looked terrible last year versus Cole Clyde. He looked okay versus Montez Fox. He injured himself. So you tend to look kind of lethargic when you ain't been active. So he fought 2 times last year. Now he making his first fight in the fall this year, I think. He got to stay active. If he's not active, Jermall Charlo probably beat him because he stay in the gym. But I think Andrade, that's a true 50-50 fight if Andrade get back to true form. Why you don't Triple G will fight Murata and not be Canelo mandatory? Why you don't think Murata's fighting Rob Brandt at the October 20th in Vegas. So he got a mandatory. I don't know if the regular WBA champion will be Canelo mandatory. The regular WBA champion is not always a mandatory, so that could be the case. He could go to Murata Round and be the champion that way. That's another good point. Big Tony, what's going on? Crawford haven't fought anyone like Spence with cutting off the ring ability. I agree. And I don't think Spencer fought anybody like Crawford, but you could say Kell Brook has some elite qualities, but I think Crawford is definitely an elite fighter all the way around. But I think the thing that Errol Spence, the thing that gets me with Crawford is, the one thing that gets me about Crawford is that he goes tit for tat. If Crawford, get hit, he just want to go hit you and hit you out for no reason. And going tit for tat with a bigger fighter, that's always dangerous, man. That's super duper dangerous. Crawford begging for fights. I mean, his trainer is begging for fights, but Crawford been begging them for fights, okay? Crawford been begging them for fights, to be honest. But I think it might be a case of, it's going to happen when it's happened for him. HBO may do a card with Maguire in December, supposedly. Yeah, they was trying to get Canelo to do one more pay-per-view card on there. I know Dimitri Bivol was supposed to have a fight on there with Badu Jack, and then they didn't come to a negotiation. Then it was supposed to be versus Joe Smith Jr. Now I just think it's completely off. Crawford gets his more than people think. Yeah, he does. Jeff Horn hit him with some good shots, but Jeff Horn, he didn't have no steam on him. I think Crawford rolls punches good as well, too. Bud versus Kell Brook would be a war. Not at this point. I think Kell Brook is I don't think Kell Brook going to be able to be any good anymore at welterweight. That's just my personal opinion at it. As well. Okay, my bad. 7-8 Sports on, man. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all roll over there. I forgot he was coming on a little bit later tonight. I didn't mean to step in his spot. I forgot he was on tonight. I usually don't do these afternoon streams. But 7-8 up live, man, and on live. Y'all go check out 7-8 Sports TV, big homie. I didn't recognize he was on live, man. So check him out. I forgot this kind of like his time slot now. I don't do these afternoon streams no more. Maybe I might do a late night stream. It might be more football, depending on how the game is tonight. It might be an everything stream. We talk about everything. What do you think about a proposed Broner-Linares fight? Remember the stories about Broner beating Linares in sparring? Yeah, I remember Peter Quillen said he beat the dog walking shit out of him in sparring. I think Broner, is going to fight Pacquiao or Mayweather. He made a post about it today. I think it may be true, but I'm not sure. Errol Spence is my favorite fighter, but I respect old gas face though. All right, man. We're going to log off, man. I appreciate everybody for showing love, man. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the LDBC. One time for the one time.